stuck case. We're doing a follow-up video with the 45 ACP. We worked up a few more hand loads. The one specifically to start with be the 250 grain round nose flat points. In that particular load right there, we're using 6 grains of 800X. And on down through here, we have some specifically marked. We have a follow-up with 6 grains of 800X and a 255 loaded at different overall lengths. The 255 grain lead that I cast myself, we're going to use 6 grains in it at 1.158. And then we go back to a little bit warmer loads with 7.5 grains in the 255s, the round nose and the semi-wad cutters. We also have a 240 grain Lee truncated cone that I cast. That's a tumble lube setup. It has 8 grains of 800X with loaded overall length of 1.22. And we have the 255 grainer bullets again, one with 7.5 grains of 800X loaded longer to see if we can get a little better group out of it, setting it closer to the lands. And then we went back to one of my old favorites in the 45. I haven't used it in a while, but with the COVID-19 social distancing, I'm running a little low on 800X, so we broke out the unique loads. That's 6.5 grains in both of those heavy bullets, and 1.275 for the round nose flat point, and 1.192 with the semi-wad cutter. We'll start off with the 6 grains of 800X, 255 grain round nose flat points. Those are loaded at 1.275 inches. That's 15 yards to the target. First shot went over top of the target. I had to bring it down just a little bit, being that we brought it into 15 yards. Pretty rapid fire. That right there is about a 2.5 inch group. That's with the 6 grains of 800X and the round nose flat point. Next load's 255 grain semi-wad cutters, 6 grains of IMR 800X. One failure to feed. Same things as the 255s, hit a little high. Groups opened up just a little bit. That was with 6 grains of 800X. These are the home cast Lee 255 grain semi-wad cutters with my own lube. These are sized at 251. 6 grains of IMR 800X. Overall group with the Lee 255s, about 4 inches. I've never really got great accuracy out of this bullet. It casts good, but it casts undersized. This gun likes a slightly oversized cast bullet, 252 to 253. This one here, as cast, is 251. This gun particularly doesn't like it. Now we're going to shoot the 255 grain round nose flat points with 7.5 grains of 800X. If you were to buy 45 Super, Buffalo Bore, or Underwood ammunition, this is going to be right about along the same lines. We'll give it a shot here. This is a round nose flat points, 7.5 grains 800X, again about 4 inches. Nothing to brag about, but very potent, up close and personal, very potent round. Depending on what you're hunting here in North America or what you're packing it for, you probably wouldn't recover that bulk. 7.5 grains of 800X, 255 grain semi-wad cutters. Again, if you were to buy like a Buffalo bore or Underwood ammunition, pretty much along the lines of a 45 Super. Seven and a half grains of 800X, 255 grain semi-wad cutters. Again, if you were to buy like a Buffalo bore or Underwood ammunition, pretty much along the lines of a 45 Super. This is 255 grain semi-wad cutters, 7.5 grains 800X. These are loaded at 1.175, a little shorter. Pretty good group there. Pretty good solid group. Right around 2.5 inches. Again, no rest. Fired pretty rapid. All right, these are the 240 grain Lee tumble loop bullets. They're cast in a 230 grain truncated cone tumble loop setup. These are loaded with 8 grains of IMR 800X. They're loaded a little long, clear out probably the edge of the magazine at 1.192. Four contacts here, here, and here with the Lee tumble loop 240 grainer. Just can't seem to get these ones dialed in. I'm trying different lengths. Probably have to cut the powder back a little bit to get the gun to settle down a little bit, but those are homebrewed 240 grainers. All right, this 7.5 grains 800X with the 255 grain SWC, loaded long, 1.2 inches. Failure to feed. Set these out longer. Group move to the left, couple off the target. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Round nose flat points with 6.5 grains of unique. From my notes from years ago, this is just about as heavy as you want to go with standard brass. This is just regular 45 ACP brass. Again, this is 6.5 grains of IMR, of unique CCI primers. Through one. 6.5 grains of unique. That's not too shabby. About a baseball. Threw one of them myself. Got to blame me for that. It's definitely not the gun. But that's round 255 grain round nose flat points. 6.5 grains of unique. 255 grain semi-wad cutter. 1.192 inches. 6.5 grains of unique. CCI primers. Failure to feed. Six and a half grains of unique 255 grain semi-wad cutters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About a 2.5 inch group. All right, we went over several loads here today. and I've put up a few videos in the past. Again, I don't edit my videos for what I miss, and I do. Just throwing some numbers out there, some different powders, different bullets, the 45 ACP. I enjoy shooting this cartridge. I enjoy shooting it through this gun. I have other guns like my 10mm that'll just, it'll put them in the smallest holes you can do. Sometimes I can't shoot it as good as the gun can shoot, but I enjoy shooting the 45 ACP. It definitely can go harder than what most people do. Through some of my loads here, again, those are through my gun, my hand loads. You may not want to put your gun through that, but we have done some upgrades on this thing. We've stiffened the recoil spring, 24-pound spring, 28-pound main spring, flat bottom retainer. There's been a few things done to it to try to keep the breech closed as much as possible. And again, some of the accuracy you've seen necessarily isn't the gun. It's probably me a little bit. But it just goes to show, you know, some of the semi-wad cutters everybody says you can't shoot, they will shoot. Even some of the ones, the jams that you've seen might be with me with just a little bit of bad form with the 1911. Because, you know, if you keep your wrist strong and you keep a firm grip, more often than not, it'll feed anything you put in it. More association with a jam with a 1911 can be the shooter more so than the mechanics of the gun. But I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to do some more moving forward. And I do have some 300 blackout videos coming. They'll be on their way just pretty soon. Thanks for watching Tuck Case.